Hi, I'm Jackie Fox and I'm speaking on behalf of my daughter Nicole Fox, who's no longer here. Nicole died by suicide due to online bullying. She was 21. I'm going to tell you a bit about Nicole and before I get into what Coco's Law is. Nicole was my only little girl. She has two brothers. She was the most bubbliest, funniest, liveliest, trusting, most wonderful daughter you could ever have. And I'm standing here saying that I'm so proud to be her mum. From a lively, bubbly, funny girl, as Nicole grew up, we had a mobile home down in Courtown in Wexford, where we spent all our time down there through the summer and midterm. We spent all the time with her on the beach, going crab fishing, learning to jump off the pier without our armbands, going to the farm. We did everything together. And as Nicole was growing up, we were still so close. When Nicole turned 17, going on 18, she started to experience going out to nightclubs. At the start, everything was fine and, everything went well until things went wrong. It started off with two people that had admitted that they were jealous of her. While Nicole went out, the group got bigger and bigger until there was just so many people that she couldn't handle. They put cigarette butts out on her feet. They pulled her down a flight of stairs in a nightclub. They used to pretend to dance with her, or like to dance beside her, and they would give her an elbow in the face or an elbow in the chest. They pushed her in the nightclub so hard one night that she fell and hit her hip off the corner of the table, where she dislocated her hip. They never left her alone. They burned her some of these pretended to be so-called friends, and I said to Nicole, "These aren't your friends, Nicole." And she goes, "Man, they are, they're nice." And Nicole she was too trusting, so she would say, "No, man, they are my friends," just so she'd be able to go out and not be rejected all the time. And so she used to go out. They put a 6-inch burn on her arm. They were curling her hair up in the room and stuck the tongs to her arm and started laughing and said, "Oh, sorry, didn't mean that." They went on. They weren't happy with what they were doing. Nicole used to go out. She used to go up and get ready, and before she'd go out, she'd throw up in the bathroom, just with nerves of going out. And I used to beg her and say, "Please don't go out, stay in." And she'd say, "Ma'am, why should I have to stay in? I'm not going to let these people win." And she went out. Before she'd go out, after throwing up, she'd stand at the door and she'd go, "Ma'am, take a picture of me." She'd stand there with a huge smile on her face, that mask that she used to wear going out. And she'd say, "I'm going in there and I'm going to dance and sing and I'm not going to let them bother me." But it was a mask. She would go down and dance and sing, but these people hated this. They hated to think that, well, we're not getting at her. These weren't happy with physical abuse. It went on to online, where every day, no matter where, even though she didn't respond to anything that they said, every day they turned around, they put up, "Die, go hang yourself, slit your wrist, everybody hates you, nobody wants you here, you're better off dead." They even sent her a picture of a noose on how to hang yourself. This was constant every single day, where from this bubbly, lively, funny, my beautiful daughter ended up, they stripped her. They stripped her down. They stripped her confidence. They tore lumps out of her. They broke her until one day Nicole took an overdose in 2015, where she spent 4 days and nights in hospital, where I slept on the bed beside her. I thought that was my worst nightmare after Nicole taking the overdose. When we came out of hospital, I brought her to CAMS. And there in CAMS, although she cried and cried, they said, "It's just a phase you're going through and you'll get over it." I brought her home And from this lively, bubbly girl, she spent all the time in her bedroom. She cried going to bed every night. She cried getting up in the morning, and I used to lie beside her on the bed and cry with her. I used to bring her out everywhere I could just to get her out of the room. She turned around to me and said, "Ma'am, I can't take this anymore. I don't want to be here anymore. And the only reason why I can't kill myself is because, Ma'am, I don't want to leave you heartbroken." Well, we are heartbroken. We're devastated. There is no words to describe of the devastation that's left behind. When we thought that was my worst day, until on the 18th of January, myself, I left the house at 3:20 with my son. I dropped him to work and I went on around to collect my 14-year-old son from school. When I got to the house at 4:20, so I was gone an hour, when I got home, myself and Lee opened the hall door together and both walked in together. There I saw Nicole hanging from the banisters. She had used the step ladder and the dog lead. I screamed to my 14-year-old son, "Please, please, just take her down, take her down." Poor Lee had to run up and unhook the dog lead. I lay her on the floor and I begged her. She was still warm, and I begged her, "Please, Nicole, please, just hold on, don't leave me." I had rang the ambulance and put them on speaker while I was doing CPR, and I was begging her, and I rubbed her hair and I said, "Please, Cole, please don't leave me." I'm going to say I was lucky enough to have 2 days with Nicole. She didn't die straight away, but when she was on her way to the hospital in the ambulance, she took a massive heart attack and she died. But they brought her back, they got her heartbeat, and she ended up in intensive care on the life support machine. I'm going to say, I don't even know what words to use, lucky enough or fortunate enough, I don't know, that she didn't die when we walked into the hall, because we had 2 days in the hospital with her to be able to say goodbye. The doctor told us she was going to die, that she wasn't coming home, and I still didn't comprehend that she wasn't coming home. 2 days later, Nicole's organs started shutting down, and I knew her heart went erratic, her blood pressure was all over the place. I knew I only had minutes with her, and I said to her in the final 2 minutes, "Nicole, just let go. Nobody can hurt you again. They're never going to be able to touch you." I told her, "I love you, Cocoa Pops," because that's what I always called her. And she died. A couple of days later, the police came to me and said that online bullying, physical bullying, is a criminal offence. But I did go down to the guards when Nicole was getting physically bullied, and because Nicole was 18, I couldn't make the statement for her. She had to make the statement, and Nicole said, "Ma'am, I can't make a statement. Imagine what's happening to me now, so imagine being a rat on top of that as well." Nicole also did self-harmed a lot as well in her bedroom, where she used to get her nails and tear her nails into her legs and her belly and onto her face. When the police told me that online bullying was an offence, that anyone can say anything, anyone can annihilate, bullying is a childish word, anyone can annihilate, torture, torment someone from being such a bubbly lively, how they strip them down, break them down until they can see past another day. Nicole didn't want to die. She didn't want to wake up and say, "Oh, I think I'll take my life." She just couldn't find a way to stay. There was 2 choices I had when I found that that the online bullying wasn't an offence. I could go with Nicole, or I could do something about it. The choice was hard to make, I'm not going to lie. And I did think about it, but then I said, no, I'm going to make this, change this around and not let anyone else go through what my baby girl went to. I had meetings in the Dáil, and I spent a number of meetings in the Dáil where nobody was listening, nobody was taking me serious. So I went and I had a protest outside the Dáil. We also had a march through Dublin where each and every person brought one pink balloon to represent Nicole. As I kept putting meeting after meeting, going on to newspapers, radios, television, people started to take it serious. So now, with Coco's Law, it passed stage 1 in the Dáil, then it passed stage 2. It's now in the committee stage in the Equality of Justice department, where it will be online to annihilate, to torture someone online, to tell someone to die and hang yourself, kill yourself. What gives anyone the right to do this to people? I'll tell you what gives them the right. Because they can, because there is no law, and they know they can get away with it. So I'm just going to finish off saying, I have a page called Let's Bring in Coco's Law, and on that page there's also a petition where we need over 20,000 signatures. So far we've over, I think we've 28,000, but we still need more. The more signatures we have, the better. We're going to bring that into the Dáil, where when you have over 20,000 signatures, they must raise it in the Dáil. When I first started, I went in to try and get Nicole Coco's Law, and it's also going to be named after her. But now when I bring the petition in, we want the petition to get Coco's Law out of stage 3. And once it gets out of stage 3, it'll fly up then. It's just getting it out of stage 3. So if everyone can go on to Let's Bring in Coco's Law. And I also, at the moment, I have the Coco's Law Challenge. And that is, if everyone could just spend 20 seconds of their lives, that's all, just 20 seconds of their lives, and just put up a video to say that you support Jackie Fox and Let's Bring in Coco's Law. 20 seconds of your lives can save a person's life forever. So you can go on to the Coco's Law Challenge and support me, put it on Facebook and tag as many people as you can, and make this go viral, because it needs to get out there. We don't want any more people dying. We don't want our kids dying, or adults, aunties, uncles. It doesn't matter who it is. Just stop these vile, vermin, horrible people for thinking that they can get away with this all the time.